Welcome, everyone, to a pop-up episode of Past Week, Next Week with only Paul this time. Again, only Paul. And I got to explain myself. I felt compelled to get a show where it's only me again, because we do a show every Sunday, and it's me, Chris, Boogie, and introducing the texter. But we're not doing another one tomorrow. And the reason is because I am going to the Chiefs game in Los Angeles, California. That's right. I'll be there. I'll be in a suite level with someone that I've talked about quite a bit on this program. So I don't want to say who it is, but I'm going with an Emmy Award winner who will have many media contacts. It's going to be a whirlwind trip out to LA, and quite frankly, you know, when you're in the entertainment business, and people say, like, they call me and they say, hey, we want to turn Past Week Next Week into a movie, and I'm like, of course you do, but you don't know if it's true. So you don't spend a lot of time in LA. You make a quick trip, fly to the coast, go over the flyover country, take care of your business, and support your team, the Kansas City Chiefs. And we'll see how they do. A lot of people are predicting that they're going to lose because it's kind of supposed to be like a gimme game, but those are the ones that they struggle on. Other good sporting news, Kansas City Royals are in the playoffs, so that's exciting. So we have a lot of exciting things to talk about here on Past Week Next Week, but of course, we're not doing a show. This is the show where what is the thing I say? Oh, this is a show where we review the most important things of the past week and get you ready for the next week. It's your one-stop program to keep you updated. It's a real week review. Just listen to us, and you won't need any other information outlet. That's our guarantee. That's why I'm on right now, because we're going to go through the news quiz, and we're going to give you what's up to date. Now, what was exciting is the first time I ever did a solo show was last week, and received some good feedback. And I even received a phone call from a fan, and we'll play that. It was very flattering.
Dear Past Life, Next Incarnation.
Okay.
Hey, we're here on the show. This is crazy. Just coming in town for Branson. Really missed being on there this morning. Sounds like you're doing a hell of a job on the news quiz, and I just want you to know that you are loved and cherished. Okay, bye.
Oh, well, that was nice, Anonymous fan. I don't know who you are and how often you listen to, but thanks for listening last week to Past Week Next Week with Chris and Paul. I don't know who you were, but I appreciate that. The real reason that we're on is that I want to give everyone a reminder that the stand-up comedy show is going to be next Wednesday, October 3rd, Kansas City's premier comedy competition, KC's Got Funny. We have a major prize that we have put together for that contest. We'll have different comedians come up, do their best, and then win the contest. It's going to be at Lakewood Local, 811 Northeast Lakewood Boulevard, Lee's Summit, Missouri. Again, Wednesday, October 2nd, 7:30. Now, the Royals are playing that time, so we may go back and forth between the game and the comedy. You know, you see some action, have some laughs, have some drinks, have some delicious nachos, which are my favorite at Lakewood Local. But I want to remind you of that before we got into the important business of the news quiz. You have to know the news quiz. And what we do in the news quiz is that we go to the Slate news quiz and we ask the questions and we see how much that we remember from the last week. Now, the problem I had last week was I didn't get them all right. And I think it's because I was by myself. And when you're by yourself, it's hard to remember everything. So I'm glad to say I have someone in here to help me this week. He's not really an intern. He's more of a volunteer at KCTK Radio. Here's Gary. Hey, Gary.
Hi. Hi, am I supposed to speak now?
Yeah, you can go ahead and speak. Just speak whenever you want to speak.
That's awesome. I'm really excited about being on the show. Oh, no, did I do something wrong? I don't know. I'm not a radio guy. I'm just a regular dumb kid.
No, you're fine. Just if you have any questions or if you have anything about the news quiz, I know that you follow the news.
Yeah, I follow the news. My mom and dad, my dad listens to Fox News, and my mom listens to The View with Whoopi. I like Whoopi. She's funny. And I'm just a kid, and I don't understand some of the stuff, but someday I'm going to know some things, and it'll be a lot of fun. But thanks for letting me be here. I'm really excited about meeting Boogie. Is Boogie here?
No, Boogie is not here, Gary. But we'll continue on and try to have a good time. But if you know any of the answers, just let me know, okay? Because I'm sure either on the Fox News or on The View.
Yeah, The View. That's what I watch with my mom and my grandma.
Okay. That's great. So we're going to go ahead and do the news quiz. We'll check in with Gary every so often to see what he has to say. And I appreciate young people who are very excited about KCTK Radio and knowing what they have to do. So let's get into it and make sure that we're, one thing I don't think I did last week was the proper sound effects, which you guys know I love. So let's start with question number 5.
Number 5.
The Supreme Court in which state ruled that its Civil War era near total... Oh, wait. See, that's wrong. That is the old Slate News quiz. And I feel kind of embarrassed that I made such a mistake.
It's okay with me. I mean, I'm just a regular dumb kid. And I'm still learning about radio myself. How long have you been in radio? Have you been in radio a long time? Because it seems really kind of a fun thing to do, and I like to. I guess when I grow up, I want to be Mr. Machine, Mr. Big, and I want to be on YouTube.
You're actually on YouTube right now, so that's exciting. I got to find the right quiz. It is kind of neat, though, that even though... Is that the right date? No, that's not even the right date. So even though the gang isn't here, I still have the wrong date up for the Slate News quiz. Because that one was a question about abortion and where it happened in... I mean, it wasn't an abortion that happened, but it was the ruling in Arizona. So here we go. September 27th. That's the correct date. Let's start again.
Number 5.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Welcome to the news quiz. There we go. Okay. All right. New York City Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted in a federal investigation of which charges? And that is corruption charges from Eric Adams in New York. He's kind of a fairly new guy and a mayor. And you have him. Before him, Blasio, no one liked. Before him was Bloomberg, that thought he could run for president and didn't. And then, of course, you had Giuliani before that. So they have quite a tradition. I did hear commentary that these were kind of low-level bribes just for like a plane ride or things like that. And some of the question is, how come the Justice Department can quickly go after Eric Adams, but they can't quickly go after Donald Trump? And that would be my question, too. I just want to say that I'm a big supporter of the vice president in her run. She's got to get rid of Garland, Merrick Garland. We need we need a top cop that's going after the criminals. And I hope that happens. So we did get that one right, and it's exciting. Let's go to the next question. And that is a countdown.
Number 4.
4 top staff members on which Republicans' gubernatorial campaign have stepped down after CNN uncovered inflammatory comments that candidate made on a porn website. And that is Mark Robinson, who is the candidate in New Jersey. He called himself a black Nazi and talked about all the different type of porn he liked. The problem, Republicans, is that you knew who this guy was when you nominated him, when you made him the lieutenant governor of your state, and now all of a sudden you're going to blame it on CNN for just producing what they had. He's tanking the polls in North Carolina, and I, for one, would be very happy if this helps Kamala Harris win North Carolina and overtake Donald Trump in that state. So, wow, 2 for 2. This is exciting.
Number 3.
Which former NFL quarterback revealed this week that he has Parkinson's disease? And that is Brett Favre. Favre made the disclosure during a congressional hearing on Thursday. Yeah, Brett Favre, great quarterback. He is suffering some illness, they say, due to his NFL career. He was a real go-getter. He would run right up the middle and didn't care about his physical well-being. He wanted to win the game. And then he ended up getting in trouble for corruption in Alabama for stealing money from the state. So people have different paths in life. And I hope that he gets well. I don't know if you get well from Parkinson's. I'm not sure if that's even a thing. I would you know?
Are you talking to me?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know Gary Parkinson. Mark Parkinson from New Carolina, and I don't know who that is, but Brett Favre, he used to play. I think they had they didn't have helmets back then, and Brett Favre, he was pretty cool and everything. But I guess now you're telling me he's friends with Mark Parkinson.
Okay, thanks, Gary. That's the type of insight you're going to get with Gary here. By the way, if you don't like Gary's input, do you really think it's any worse than what Boogie and Chris give me? Huh? Do you?
Number 2.
Which singer cast doubt on Kamala Harris's racial identity when asked about the prospect of the U.S. having its first female black president, alleging that Harris is not black? And the answer to that is Janet Jackson. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, since I'm nasty. So Jackson falsely claimed in the interview that Harris's father was discovered to be white. Now, I know this has made a lot of the news, but are we surprised that the Jackson family is out of their mind nuts? I guess she heard this from Randy Jackson. I guess he was a member of the Jackson 5, and he is full MAGA. And talk about a family that's insulated from the world for at least the last 60 years. Let's give Janet a little break on this. She's not a politician. She didn't know. She heard that somewhere. I think even the quote was, "I heard that somewhere." And who knows who she heard it from? Maybe from the Rhythm Nation, or asking someone, "What have you done for me lately?" And they said, "Well, I told you that Kamala Harris wasn't black." So that could be part of it.
And number 1.
Okay, last question. I have 4 for 4, folks. Thank you, Gary. Which nation has signed a marriage equality bill into law, making it the first country in Southeast Asia, oh boy, Southeast Asia, to recognize same-sex unions? Laos, Malaysia, Vietnam, or Thailand? I have absolutely no idea. I really don't know. And I don't know if, I guess we got to check with Gary, because that's what we do.
Southeast Asia is another part of the world, and I've heard of all of these places before. My grandpa told me about Vietnam. He got to go on vacation there or something. So anyway, it's a lot of fun, and I think it's Korea. I think it's Korea.
Thanks, Gary. I think, again, really not more insight than, or actually more insight than what Chris or Boogie can give me. But I think it's Thailand, because a lot of people travel to Thailand, and I think of all these, Malaysia is a big Muslim country, Laos, Vietnam. I'm gonna go with Thailand. I'm gonna go. Oh yes, Thailand! Wow, how about that? I just got 5 for 5 on the news quiz. Everybody, the news quiz that usually it's exciting because I've never gotten them all right unless I've been all by myself, and it's great that the news quiz worked out. I got 5 for 5, and what happened to you? Well, you got to know what was going on in the news. So we have a big week coming up. We have the vice presidential debate on Tuesday night, and I'm sure all of you are looking forward to that. The Royals game is Monday night, the first playoff game. And then, of course, Wednesday night is where I'll see all of you at the Lakewood Local for Stand Comedy Show, Kansas City's premier comedy competition, Casey's Got Funny. It's brought to you by KCTK Radio, Wednesday, October 2nd. That's coming up, folks. 7:30 is when the show starts. Lakewood Local, you all know where that is. But if you're wondering, it's 811 East Northeast Lakewood Boulevard, Lee Summit, Missouri. If for some reason you're interested in being in the show and competing in the competition, give me a drop a line, they say, at kctkradio@gmail.com. And we'll let you in, and we'll have a great time, and it will be really, really hilarious.
Can I be in it? I want to be in a comedy competition, but I don't think you let kids. I'm just a regular dumb kid, and I was wondering if I could be in it. Can I?
No, you cannot be in it. So that is our show today, and thanks for joining us. We do not want him to be in the show because he's a kid, and also it's just too much, isn't it? It's just too much. So thanks for joining us for Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul, starring Boogie, introducing the texter. Also Gary. It's fun to do a show with somebody. We'll be back next week, I think, with our regular program on Sunday. So make sure you join us, and we look forward to seeing you at the Lakewood Local on Wednesday. Bye, folks.
This has been a KCTK production, produced by Paul Lavoda. If you want more information about this content, then you have some real weirdness going on. You can always check out KCTK Radio on Facebook. Listen to live programs at kctkradio.com. Yes, and that is on the World Wide Web. Thank you.